Okay, this is the Fumoto valve kit F106. Okay, it's made by Fumoto. This is the original all brass construction. This has the nipple on it, the drain nipple, which is fantastic. Comes with the crush washer here and two dust caps in case you lose one, right? So the dust cap, right after you change your oil, you'll stick it onto this nipple to prevent dust from entering into the chamber there. There's a ball valve in there. And then it also comes with this Fumoto safety clip. It's not really necessary, but a lot of people feel a lot more comfortable with the safety clip on. And this you will torque down to 22 foot-pounds, so the exact same torque spec for your factory oil pan drain bolt. And the way that this Fumoto valve works is there's a lever on here. It's a spring loaded lever, and you pop it up out of the safety gap, and then you slide it like that. Now there's a ball joint in there, right? And that ball joint, you can't really see it, but when it's open, right, you can see right through, okay? So the construction of the Fumoto is absolutely premium. It is a serviceable part. What do I mean by that? You can actually remove the spring clip here, and you can take the entire assembly out of here, and you could clean it if you wanted to, but in reality, it's not ever really worth doing that. Just buy another Fumoto valve. These things actually are guaranteed to last a lifetime, so you would really never need to service this at all. And oil is non-corrosive. If you were using this, for instance, with like other potentially corrosive fluids, then yeah, maybe you'd want to, service it, but not necessary. So, really a great design, and this will allow you to not only quickly change the oil on your vehicle, but right when you go to change the oil, you want to heat that oil up. So you want to run the engine for 10 or 15 minutes, shut it off, and then drain the oil. It makes it so easy to just flip this. You don't have to worry about constantly removing your oil pan drain bolt and putting it back in. You just flip the lever, the oil will drain right out of here. The kit actually comes with a drain hose. That's why I recommend getting the kit, because it comes with the clip, it comes with the dust, it comes with the nipple, it comes with the hose, and it's not that much more expensive than the bolt anyway. And if you get a container, like I just picked this up at like O'Reilly Auto Parts, right? If you get a container like that, you can unscrew the top and you can run your drain hose directly into this container, right? And that's if you get the car jacked high enough and on stands high enough, you can run it straight into this container, drive it down to the auto parts store and dump it, right? If not, then you're going to want to get, and I picked this up at AutoZone, right? AutoZone. You're going to want to get one of these flow tool buckets, right? This can hold, I think, like 15 quarts of oil. You have, 7 quarts of oil in your car. So, if you get a drain pan like this is only designed for 5 quarts, right? So you don't want to use something like that. It's too small. So 22 foot-pounds, right? And you're like, well, I can't put a socket on this, right? Like, how do I torque that to 22 foot-pounds? So what you do is you get yourself a claw foot or crow foot wrench. This is called a claw foot or crow foot. Some people use those terms interchangeably. This is made by Tecton. It's made in the USA. I do recommend Craftsman tools. If you can get Craftsman tools that are made in USA, fantastic. If not, Tecton is actually a step above Craftsman. It's like a step above all tools, but just below like Snap-on or Mac. Okay, so if you're not in the market for Snap-on or Mac, go with the Tecton. And basically, you get yourself like a mid-range torque wrench, right? So you don't want to use a big honking torque wrench, because 22 foot-pounds is like, right around here on this torque wrench, right? So it's near the top of the tree, but not entirely. And this is what you'll essentially use for anything that's, say, less than 30 foot-pounds. If you're doing less than 30, you want to use the small torque wrench for sure, okay? because you run the risk of over torquing potentially, especially if your torque wrench is old or it hasn't been calibrated for a number of years. And so you just pop this guy on here, right? And then you set it to 22, and you can effectively put 22 foot-pounds right onto your Fumoto valve without any issue whatsoever. So that's how you do it, right? And yeah, I mean, the drain hose is fantastic, right? So the safety clip, now the way that the safety clip works is you can see it has a little cutout. Let's see if we can get this to focus. It has a little cutout right there. That's where the spring-loaded lever, it goes into that cutout. And so basically what you'll do is you'll just position it and you'll slide it into place like that, right? So the lever goes right in there, and that clip sits on there, right? Now that clip, it's not going to fall off. It's not going to come off. It's going to sit there. And that's just an extra precautionary step. But like I said, by default, the Fumoto valve does not ship. The 106, if you don't buy the kit, does not come with this. And it doesn't come with it because it's not necessary. And this is just to help alleviate some people's like extreme paranoia about like, oh, what if this thing like moves or this or that? It's just to help eliminate that, and so that's why Fumoto introduced it, but it's not necessary. There are aftermarket valves, obviously, that you can buy. I don't recommend the aftermarket valves. Fumoto's been the leader for like 20 years, or maybe a little bit more than that even. So it is made in Japan. It's not made in China or, Taiwan or Mexico or whatever. So if you don't have one of these for your Challenger or your Charger, definitely get one of these for sure. I mean, even if you're taking your car to the dealership or somewhere else to have them change the oil, the last thing you want is for somebody to, quote, accidentally strip out your oil pan bolt, right? So this will just be a worthwhile investment without question. So there's a link in the description to buy this particular kit, and that's on Amazon. It'll come to your house in 1 or 2 days. So if you don't have it, get it.